Okay, so I'm going to add a new object here, and this is going to be a sprite. This is going to be my player sprite. Add an animation. So in here, I'm going to add an animation. It's going to be in downloads. It's going to be this assets, characters, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be these two. Okay, this is going to be the idle animation. Yes, I will make a copy. So I can preview that. There's nothing actually happening on that sprite. It does look slightly different though. So if I preview that, oh yeah, it is working. It's just I haven't set it to loop. Preview, yeah, there we go. And I can turn that down to 15 or so. So there's this kind of just idle animation. So I'll call this idle. Going to add an animation. This one's going to be called run. Add, and we'll go back to downloads where I put these files, characters, and I'm pretty sure for this one it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might be those 6. Not 100% sure. So let's just loop this and preview it. That looks like he's running. Cool. And then I will add one more. Oops, no, add an animation. This one's going to be jump. Add. And I'll go back to download. This is really annoying that it doesn't actually remember it. Jump is going to be just going to be this one here and this one. So that one and that one. Actually, I might just be that. I'm going to say yes, jump up. I'm going to add an animation. I'm going to call it jump down. You can just do this with one animation. I'm just going to do it with two. So it'll look a little bit nicer. When he's going up, it'll look different to when he's going down. So that one is going to be the down one. And then because I'm here already, dead, add an animation, downloads, characters. Okay, so we've got a dead animation. All right, so there's my player character. That's all good. I'm going to actually use behaviors here, add a behavior to the character. He's going to be a platform character. Now, I can play around with these settings later. I'm going to turn off default controls. You can leave them on now if you want to test things, but at the moment there's no platform, so we can't do anything. But we're going to program those ourselves, and I'm going to click apply. So there's my player sprite. If I put him in the level, he's pretty small. If I edit this object, I should be able to set the scale of it. Sorry, here. I can set the scale of it. Custom size. Oops. Oh, here we go. Width 40, 40. I can make it bigger. Oh, it would have to be 40, 60, I think. Although that's going to make it a little bit funny. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm pretty sure there is a way I can set the scale of this sprite, but I'm going to leave him pretty small to start with. Okay, I'll leave him kind of small. You could scale him up like that, hold shift. I'm not sure if there's a way to get rid of the mapping on it, which is what that kind of blurry effect is, which is why I'm going to keep him at the default size. Let's add in another one. I'm going to add in a crawling enemy or ground enemy. Add an animation. Add, this will be pretty simple. Downloads here, enemy sprite sheet. I'm going to add those two. I'll just call this moving. And behaviors, let's see if there's a behavior that's suitable for this. Let's see. We just want, so I don't think we need any behavior. We can program a really simple behavior for that one. I'm going to apply that. All right, I could make the flying object as well, but I'm not now. What I'm going to do is make, I just have to check and see tiled sprite and see how this works. So if I select an image, create, choose a new image, downloads, game assets for GDevelop tile set. Now I've got all these sprites here. You can see a lot of them are just variations of one. So I don't know what happens if I can only select one. Click open, click OK. Default height, and click apply. Now if I drag that in, why does that do that? That's weird. It shows me the sprite there. Let's just edit that object again. Sprite 0, 0. Oh, I know why. It's because that there has the same sprite name. So what I might have to do, what I should have done when I exported from here, is I should have changed this to maybe tile or something instead. I'll just do that again. So I'll download that, go back and extract that, downloads, tile set, go back to here, replace it, and then 7-zip, extract the tile set. I'll actually go and delete all these and then do it again. Extract the tile set. And I will choose a new image. It's not going to be that. Let's see. That's weird. It actually doesn't have the same name. That's kind of bizarre. But I'll go ahead and get the other one anyway. So tile set, tile 0, 0. And click apply. There we go. That's worked. Okay, so now I can use that. And I can set that as a tile. Now I can do this with as many tiles as I want. But sometimes you may not want one of those tiles, okay? And you may want it to be bigger as well. So you may need to think about how you're going to do that. You could scale them up in here before you quit. You could scale them up 3 times maybe, 3 or 4 times, and then you get some big chunky ones. If you scale them just up 2 times, so they're 32 by 32, that's a pretty good size for sprites. 64 by 64 is pretty big, but it's up to you. I'd probably scale them up before I exported them. If you've already done some of this, then you could go back and scale them up again. That way you won't get the blurriness on them. Choose a new image, downloads, game assets, tile set. And I'll think about which one I'm going to use now. So I don't actually want to use all of these different sprites here. In fact, it may be even better, instead of using this to, when you add new object, just add them as a sprite. With a single animation on it. So if I add that one, and I'll call it floor 1 behaviors, this is going to be a platform. And click apply. So I can put this platform in here. I don't know if there's a way to view a grid. There is a way to view a grid. Show grid and set up grid. I want it 16 by 16. Click apply. And then I can do stuff like that, which probably means that I can't stretch it out now, but I can hold control and drag out duplicates of it. And so on. Now if I hit play to test this, that little dude should fall down on there. He's glitching because there seems to be an issue with that. Oh, yeah, I see what happened. It replaced his sprite, so I want to delete that and add the other idle one in. That's what happened. It replaced that sprite. I'm just going to leave it. That can just be his idle standing there. And it doesn't move at the moment, but if I go back and edit this object and go behaviors, I'll just leave the default controls on for now, and I should be able to, I should be able to test it. Okay, now the default controls, they don't change the animation or anything like that. It's actually really fast, so I might have to change that, make it a bit smaller, play around with those settings. But what you want to do is just take the time to import these different tiles. Okay, if you turn the grid on so you can place them just where you want, you can just drag them out like that, and you can build up a little level. You probably want to have a few different types of sprites, add in a background to it, and start building up a little level. It can span off the side of the screen, or you can build it consistently inside the screen if you want to have like a single screen platform and you've got quite small sprites. It's up to you. But at this stage, you just want to think about importing these sprites, get the player to work with the sprites, and then we'll start to program it in the next few videos once I've designed a level here.